Good morning, Mitch. Welcome to the program agenda. I love that last photo of you with a blazer and blue jeans. That's my kind of fashion.
Yes, thank you, Sito, and good morning. Thank you for inviting us here.
Okay, can I start with a very simple question? Because I've heard about it so many times, but I've never had the chance to speak or ask someone what it really means. What is PLDT Enterprise all about? Because, I know the word enterprise, it means selling, business, something like that. But in terms of a big corporation like PLDT, what really is it all about?
Yeah, so PLDT Enterprise is really the group within PLDT and Smart and ePLDT that acts like the hybrid. We serve the enterprises of the country from the smallest micro enterprise all the way to the largest conglomerate and our international customers. We actually have a team even in the US and Asia Pacific. So how do we approach the market? We approach the market we call it the fix services and solutions, which is really the fiber, the footprint, the backbone to provide the connectivity, the resiliency, not just domestically, but also internationally through our submarine cables. Second is through our wireless solutions, from the plainest corporate postpaid line all the way to IoT solutions that provide devices the connectivity they need to run devices for enterprises. No? And lastly is the ICT services, which is really the growth area. And that's where everything is, from artificial intelligence, powered by our data centers, our cloud solutions, cybersecurity, and the likes. So we have this carry-all model that we bring to market where we spend time with the enterprise or our enterprise customers and really work together hand in hand to co-create solutions that will help benefit them or their business.
Yeah, so forgive me, Mitch, but no, honestly, I think most average Filipino thinks PLDT is a homegrown business. It is a only in the Philippines business, but you telling me that you have global clients, you have services abroad. Could you just give me 1 minute picture of that? Because that's a surprise to me, if not to many of our viewers.
Oh, definitely. We established our international team through back then PLDT Global Corporation, which serves basically the overseas Filipino professionals. Then that evolved to serving also enterprises abroad. As Philippines is so strategic now to become, well, it is now the digital transit hub for Asia, mainly because of the geopolitical issues of Hong Kong or the max out Singapore. Because of our strategic location, we act now as a transit hub to distribute data and services to the rest of Asia. So we build up this team in the United States that serves US and Europe and also in Asia Pacific. It serves customers like OTTs, whether it's the Facebooks, the Googles, the Amazons, Microsoft, and the likes. It serves CDNs, the content delivery networks, so that it fast track basically the content wherever it is supposed to be served. It serves gaming companies because Philippines has a lot of gamers, and basically you provide those services so that they run through our submarine cables. It reaches the consumers of the Philippines and to the rest of Asia. So that has been ongoing. It's our fastest growth market, and it's continuing to grow because Philippines now is dubbed as the next hyperscaler hub for Asia.
Well, that's second good news for the last 15 days for me, because we were also labeled as one of the highest in terms of hubs for airlines in the Philippines. So it makes sense. Our geographic location does have a blessing in disguise so that everybody makes us the center. Now, having said that, what is the future in the Philippines? Not to brag, okay? And I've always said this a lot, almost every day. I always mention PLDT Home Fiber Optic Internet. which I love, and you can say hindi nyo ako binabayaran, okay? So let's be clear. No, but because I really enjoy it. I go to Baguio, I can work from Baguio. I go to Batangas, I can work from Batangas. So is that all part of what you guys do?
Definitely.
Line, etc.
Yes, definitely. You're actually in a PLDT red, so I will say you're not promoting. But anyway, it goes both ways. So we have the most extensive fiber backbone in the country, with close to or over 1 million kilometers of fiber that cuts across the Philippines in loops. So there's the resiliency. That also powers up our smart towers, so that we can
Mm.
actually provide 4G LTE, 5G services as well. So whether you have a fiber to the home service, which is really pure fiber that gives you the quality, speed, and access to internet, we also have devices like our 5G and LTE wireless devices. So if you're traveling, you can actually just hook up to the wireless network and get the same speeds and quality of service. So it's part of our business. So in PLDT and Smart Group, there's 3 business lines. It's really Smart that provides our wireless services, Home, which provides the fiber to the home, and Enterprise, which serves the corporations and SMEs in the country.
Okay, so having mentioned the word corporation, what is the future of work in the Philippines? Because last vacation I had, I got to speak to digital nomads, and they were saying, Sito, once your country gets the system and the infrastructure together, you guys are going to boom so much, you wouldn't want to go anywhere else.
Definitely. So the future of corporate or corporations in the Philippines, including SMEs, is quite bright. I know that the pandemic really pushed forward the digital transformation initiatives of a lot of corporations in the Philippines, but in the last 3 years, we have seen massive adoption with solutions and technology like cloud, artificial intelligence, and everybody's really just trying to make sure that for 2 things, right? So first is really making sure they reach their customers properly, the easiest way and the fastest way. Second is solutions that provides efficiencies to make their processes internally a lot more easier. Because if you handle both of those items, definitely revenues will continue to grow. So it's quite good for it's quite a good feeling for us, because it plays a small part on nation building, really, and uplifting Filipino lives, right? So
Mm.
we spend time. As I mentioned earlier, we go to the customer, we co-create solutions for issues or concerns or what keeps them up at night, so that they serve their customers better and they're more efficient. So it's quite bright, and I believe we are at the forefront, and things can only get better for the country.
Okay, excuse me. I'm still recovering. But in terms of small businesses, because you mentioned small businesses, what services and technology do you make available to them? Because unfortunately, in the Philippines, I was told that 90% of business are small businesses. So if we're going to focus on a particular community, I think that's where the action should be. What do you have with PLDT Enterprise that could make a big difference or magpapaunlad or lalaki ang kita nila through you?
Yes, so you're definitely right. The MSME industry covers 99.5% of the enterprises in the Philippines. It actually employs 63% of the total labor force in the Philippines, and And it's been said by an ADB report that it actually contributes 40% or covers 40% of the Philippine GDP. So what we do in PLDT Enterprise is we try to make it easier for them to decide. I must say, adoption on digital solutions with the medium and some of the small players are actually getting stronger. I just wish that we could do more for the micro and small companies. And we basically make it easy for them, creating a marketplace, starting with connectivity to power up their operations with digital solutions like e-payments, cloud, and the rest of other solutions, depending on what industry they serve. And then there's also the aspect of loans. So we've been working hard with Maya, where we now provide loans, because sometimes it's really a question about how do I transform, how can I afford, and these loans actually guarantee them that they can easily access money to help them transform, which in effect is part of our job to really showcase to the MSMEs the clear ROI on the investments that they do to help them transform so that they are more efficient and serve their customers better. It's really the reach. And I encourage a lot of our MSMEs up to the large conglomerate. If you don't mind, I'll do a shameless plug. We have our Philippine Digicon 2023. It's the largest digital convention in the country. It gets a crowd of about 3,000 plus people at the Grand Marriott Hotel Convention Center. It's coming this October 12 and 13. And it will be a venue for not just SMEs, up to the large conglomerates and the government, because it's always been a partnership between the private and public sector, to learn more about the new technologies that could make a difference in their businesses.
Okay, so when is that again, and where? Grand Marriott Hotel?
Yes,
October
12 and 13 at the Grand Marriott Convention Center.
Okay, so that's Digicon 2023, ladies and gentlemen. Is this by invitation only, Mitch?
No, it's open to all.
Okay.
Whether you're a student, whether you're an entrepreneur, from the academe up to the enterprises in the Philippines, it's open to all.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am a senior citizen, and it was only last week that I learned to use GCash and Shopee and Pay and Lazada, PayMaya, etc. So, but it makes a big difference to be digitally literate and functional. So please attend these events. But now, Mitch, what is this Go Pilipinas, Go Digital Pilipinas that I read up on? I'm not clear. What is that program all about?
So it's part of the PSAC, which is the Private Sector Advisory Council, that our current administration created, which consists of CEOs and business owners that wants to make a difference digitally in the country. So Go Digital is actually an initiative to make sure that there is a program, a campaign that actually cuts across the whole country up to the barangay level that promotes digital, where it has to be very inclusive. Everybody should start learning. It covers academe. It covers every single program to make sure that everyone knows the opportunities they may have when they adopt digital.
Okay, I know that I know there must have been days you read my column and you wanted to shoot me when I'm critical of telcos, but it's just really our common passion to bring digitalization to the country. Now, where are we in terms of PLDT and the government working together? Because like you, I want connectivity. Para naman kahit sa beach pwede ako mag-agenda.
So a lot of that initiatives is now being fast-tracked with PSAC, as the Private Sector Advisory Council, which is getting a lot of attention from our president. And one of a few things is basically the ARTA, anti-red tape. so that we can roll out faster fiber, faster towers without any red tape, and so we can get the reach that the Filipinos deserve. Second one would be an initiative on the connectivity index. This one is quite new. Connectivity index means that the telecommunication companies would step up basically and adopt to a rating system. Let's say this is a 3-star or a 4-star hotel based on connectivity, so that improves the quality of service that we provide. A lot of these initiatives are being spearheaded by not just ourselves, but also our competitors or the other telecoms in the country. So I think it's a first, and I'm really hopeful that you will see a bigger difference in terms of the reach and the quality of services that the telecommunications providers provide.
Okay. Well, I know that President Bongbong Marcos, and this is not a plug, I just recognize good when I see good. I know that PBBM is really pushing hard for digitalization, representing his group that they're into technology. So I do hope this all picks up. But Mitch, I don't think I've done justice to all the stuff you want to talk about. So I'm inviting you personally to come back to the program at your most convenient time, maybe just before the DigiCon, so we can also talk about that for at least 45 minutes and just the whole show for you, because this is important and we need to talk more about it.
Thank you so much, Hito. I'd be glad to come back.
Okay, well, we'll see you very soon, and thank you to PLDT for their home fiber optic internet, mga kaibigan. Laging naasahan. Okay, thank you, Mitch.
Thank you.
God bless.